Yes, yes. Hello, everyone. We are back again. So I finally figured some technicals on the stream. So everything is okay. I think my mic is sounding much better. I think I need to be more closer, right? And then, yeah, so come join me, guys, while I try to learn become a better streamer. So, yeah, we're using all our sources like reading groups so in my stream today our agenda is learn how to become a streamer. So we'll be watching YouTube videos, reading posts on Reddit or any source materials to how to make our stream much better and make more appealing to people, and let's see if their advice are worth uh implementing, right? So right now, what I'm trying to do is trying to grow my page. So yes, as of now, I am and will. So right now, I'm just editing. Excuse me. Sorry. Uh, what should I? Oh, I don't know. Where is a good emoji we can use, guys? What's a good emoji we can use? No, no, that's so. No, I want something more. Uh, I want something a bit. AI and then or video games. Where is video games? We need a video game logo. So yes. So hello, Prestigig. Thank you for dropping your link on my stream. Although I don't know what's that for, but yes. Mm, where is a heart? I need a heart. We need a heart. Yeah, there. Okay. I think this is everything, right? Oh, feeling activity. Yes, let's go. I hope people click my post and check out the. Oh shit. Comment the photo. There you go. So I hope people will try and watch our stream. So yeah, so that's step one. Uh, what else should we be doing to improve our stream? To get more viewers, how to hook more people with how I am trying to be a streamer. That is what I'm trying to achieve. For a moment, guys. I'll be right back. I just need to charge my phone. So what's this? This one trick will make you famous streamer 4 years ago. I don't think this one will work at the moment. 4 years ago. The 4 years ago, there's not a lot of streamers. So dream set up in a tiny room. Let's see. Let's check YouTube improving as a streamer. Guy, yes. Let's see. Oh. Should we filter? Popularity. Let's go. Johnson streamer's life in 70. No, that's different. We don't want that. No. We want something like this one.
There is nothing worse than
when I'm really not good at talking to myself.
To make your content, grow your channels,
yes.
You're talking and talking and talking, and no one is talking
that's
back to you.
That's the one I need to practice the most is on how to express myself the
There's
more.
no one in their chat, so they're like, why am I talking to no one? This is silly. Talking to no one and learning to talk to no one is essential. In today's video, I'm going to go over how to do this, how to talk to a quiet and or empty chat. And when I first started streaming, I practiced all these things, and very quickly, there was quite a lot of people talking back to me. And don't worry, even if you're a streamer who has a couple of people in their chat, I literally use a lot of these tools on a daily basis on my stream. So
okay, let's see.
For some talking points and some tips that might help you create some good conversation. There's a massive mindset on Twitch of streamers who are like, oh, I'm just awkward and weird and I'm kind of quiet and nobody wants to talk to me, so I don't really say much on my streams. You have to come to terms with what you're doing. You're trying to create a successful, if not busy, live stream. And having this idea of yourself,
that's my
even
goal.
if it's true, is something that can be absolutely changed. I know that it feels really weird that when you first start streaming and there's nobody in your chat and you just kind of feel...
Growing your stream is brutal. There are thousands of unspoken rules that nobody tells you. So today I sat down to write out 10 tips for new streamers starting out and ended up with over 70 that you can do right now to improve your content. From settings to free tools to how to use YouTube or TikTok, dispelling myths or misunderstandings, setting up your audio, fixing your webcam, how to network, practice
I think
skills,
my webcam's
and
nice, right?
just how to be a better creator.
Come on, guys. You have to tell me if there's something wrong with the stream. To whoever is watching, I will gladly take whatever your advice tip is.
Make a checklist as we go of everything you want to do from
so
this video
to help me improve
at
mine.
the end your score out of 70. I will also warn you, I can be a bit blunt and I will be giving a few tips that are controversial, especially tip 70, which is the most important and difficult to hear. Counter on the screen, timer on the screen, let's get into it. When you start your journey, you're going to have 0 viewers and you just have to be okay with that. Just kidding, screw that. You don't have to. In fact, you can go live to an audience immediately if you put the time and energy into gathering one on more discoverable platforms first, such as YouTube and TikTok. In fact, I will cover how to do that in full.
That's what I'm trying to do.
30 for an entire segment, so stick around for that. That said, you can ignore that entirely if your goal isn't to grow. When you start streaming, you should be realistic with yourself about what your goals actually are. Are you doing it to grow an audience and earn an income, or are you just doing it as a fun side hobby? And it doesn't have to be black or white. You can want to do it as a fun side hobby and also want to grow an audience. But
I want to grow an audience.
You need to get realistic with yourself is that sometimes doing what helps you grow and doing what is fun doesn't line up perfectly.
Yeah, that's the conflicting one the most.
Or at the very least, write down your goal right now on that piece of paper that's in front of you. And I will say, if you can't do that small task, you're probably going to struggle to do anything at all. Ever. Now, I want to show you the best way to avoid giving up because this stuff is hard and there is an awful trap that makes so many new creators quit within weeks of starting because they just feel like crap. But first, let me show you this amazing microphone I'm using today and use in a lot of my videos, including viral gaming videos with 500,000 views.
The more I listen to myself talk,
this is a
the more
mic,
it's like...
means it has better noise rejection to cut out background noise. It uses smooth, twisty knobs to control volume and sensitivity, so viewers don't hear aggressive clicking when you try to change that. It's dual USB and XLR, so you can plug it right in now and use it like I am, or if you want, you can buy a fancy mixer and you don't need to replace it, which saves you money. As you can hear, it also sounds amazing, and the absolutely insane thing about this microphone is it costs only 80 USD, and that comes with a microphone arm. I've been using this microphone for voiceover and video for a long time now, and when I've shown blind audio tests to you guys comparing it to the Shure SM7B, nobody can tell a difference. Thank you to Fi for sponsoring this video and for always doing so much to support the community, both mine and the community of small streamers and creators out there. If you want an amazing microphone, this one will be linked in the description. Now, how do we avoid quitting before we even get a chance to start? Well, you have to avoid writing goals or setting goals that you have no control over, meaning you need to write SMART goals: specific, measurable, actionable, relatable, and time-bound goals. This means get hyper-specific about the goal. Make sure whatever it is you can measure, make sure it's a clear action by you to achieve it, make sure it's relatable to your overall goal, and set a deadline for it. For example, a terrible goal is to say you want to reach affiliate or partner or get 15 viewers or 50 followers, because you do not control those things. Everyone else does. You can't spend 6 hours of your time working away right now and know you'll be affiliate by the end of it. An amazing set of goals could be script 5 YouTube shorts this week. That's specific. We're scripting shorts. It's measurable. We're scripting 5 of them. It's actionable. You can sit down and script them right now. It's relatable because learning to use other platforms helps you grow as a creator.
But the channel I want to
finally,
do
it's time bound, as in you're doing it this week. Comment your SMART goals below this video, or at the very least, write down your SMART goals on the paper in front of you. And again, if you can't do that, you're probably going to struggle. Since the goal seems to be growth, you need to plan your content with an audience in mind. If you are streaming or uploading videos, let's say about Zelda, and the next day you start playing Fortnite or Battlefield 6, you're not thinking about your audience. You ever watch Kitchen Nightmares? You know, Gordon Ramsay yells at shitty restaurant owners? Yeah, that same way Gordon Ramsay goes into some shithole restaurant and yells at them for having 50 dishes on a menu with no focus and says that's why the kitchen is slow and shit. That's why you're struggling. An audience is a group of people who will gravitate to the same topics because they like those topics. The goal is to keep appealing to them to grow. And before you get mad at me because I'm saying not to play Battlefield 6 on stream and you really love Battlefield 6, well, tip 5, not everything in your life is meant to be content. Look, I know the world has tricked you into thinking you need to share every single thing online, but you're gonna hate yourself if you do that. Pick an audience, appeal to them, and keep the rest of the things you love for yourself. Don't turn everything you enjoy into something that is work. And that's also why you need a schedule. Your shithole restaurant might now only serve fish dishes. Awesome.
I think my schedule would be in the afternoon
on Wednesday nights, they're gonna want it again next
sadly,
Wednesday night.
I'm
But if
doing.
you're not open
I mean,
or don't even have
not
a schedule
sadly.
on the door,
It's still
they're not
work.
gonna
But
bother.
I am
They'll
doing
go find a
Uber,
place they can
so
rely on.
and
You know
the
how many
most
streamers I don't
ideal
watch
time
anymore
for
because I
me
have
to
no
stream
idea
is
when they're
around
going
afternoon
live. So
when
pick at
it's on
most
break.
3 days, go live
It's
for 3
around
to 4 hours on
lunchtime,
those days, and use
on
the
my
rest of your
time,
time
and
to live your life.
dinner.
Get fun stories
That's
you
the
can tell on
BC
stream.
one,
Learn
so
to edit, script offline videos and vertical content. And when you say you're going to be live, then go be live. Speaking of being live, before you do, please go to your Twitch dashboard, go to settings, go to stream, click store broadcasts and publish broadcasts. And then a little below that is also clips. You probably want to turn these on as well. YouTube will let you set this up as well when you schedule a stream. And for the rest of these settings, I will mention if YouTube has an equivalent or not. Doing this is incredibly important for a lot of different reasons, but mainly I think the most important reason why you should be saving your VODs is so that you can use the 15-5-5-5-15 rule afterwards. What is that? Well, it's tip number 8,
using it on
dummy.
YouTube,
Go to your
bro.
latest stream and watch the first 15 minutes. Hey!
I'm still kind of boring.
Close that. I saw that. I said watch the first 15 minutes. I didn't say put the first 15 minutes on, then open up a game or a different video or pick up your phone. Watch the fucking
Even the
VOD
5
for
minutes.
15 minutes. And if it's so boring that you can't watch it, congratulations, you need to fix your content. So get a pen and paper, and while you watch those 15 minutes, make notes of what to improve. Once the 15 minutes is up, randomly skip ahead and watch for 5 minutes. That is simulating a new viewer clicking your stream. You're forced to watch for 5 minutes, but they can leave. So what can you improve? Write it down. Repeat this 5-minute section 2 more times, and then skip to the last 15 minutes and watch that as well.
I am
Once you're done,
actually training
look
myself
down at your paper, and you should have an entire page of improvements you want to make. This is called
I am doing something
reflection,
it's
and
hard
it's how
to.
you actually improve rather than pretending
That's
you
why I
watch
want
your
to
VOD
practice
back while
while
actually just
playing
gaming on the
games.
side. While we're in our settings though, specifically
So
the
I can
dashboard
be at
settings and
least more
stream,
entertaining
make
to you
sure
guys. I
turn
can
on
talk to you
disconnect
guys while
protection.
I'm
This
doing
keeps the
something
stream
like
live
opening
for
paths.
90 seconds.
If
you
I can do
disconnect
it while playing
randomly,
game,
it'll show a little waiting screen giving you time to reconnect without having to start an entire
that
new
is something
stream.
that
It won't kick all your viewers out of the stream, ruining your average viewership. YouTube has a small version of this built in as well. Below that, if you want faster back and forth with chat, turn on low latency.
Shorter version.
If not, leave it as normal. Often chat engagement when you're small is a big aspect of growing, so keeping this delay low can help a lot, and YouTube also has versions of this on their stream dashboard as well. If you scroll further, you can see this let viewers upload clips button. If you want your viewers to be able to create fan channels easily for you by sharing vertical or horizontal clips of your content to their channels with your Twitch name attached to it, leave this on. If you don't want them to do that, turn this off and just be okay with the fact that there are external tools where they can rip all your stuff, download it, and share it anyway. And below that, we have raid settings. Essentially, you can set permissions on who can raid you. This is great for dealing with hate raids or spam raids. You can set requirements like the raid requires at least one viewer, and it needs to be from an account that is over 30 days old, or whatever else you want. I don't recommend making this incredibly strict because raids are fun most of the time. And yes, YouTube does have a version of raids. It's just not as good, but you can turn that on if you want. Speaking of protection, I want to smash out a few pieces of advice for protection because a safe and fun stream is good for growth. Specifically, let's go settings, go to dashboard, settings, moderation. This is where you set up auto moderation on Twitch. It is amazing. It is the gold standard of moderation. I don't care what Twitch streamers say. They don't understand how good they have it. At the top, we have chatter permissions. This decides who can chat in your chat. Opening advanced, you'll see I let everyone chat as long as they have a verified email of over 2 weeks attached to their account. I've at times had the mobile verification on as well, and I will say, don't listen to people who say this kills chat activity. It was all fine for me. Granted, my audience tends to be adults who have phones and phone verification turned on anyway. If you're making content for children, well then maybe you're going to struggle a little bit more, but also you're making content for children, so you're going to struggle in general because that sounds like hell. What does kill chat activity though is using follower or sub only chat, which is below this. Turn it off, don't use it, and before you comment, if you're struggling with bots or spam, then just change your chatter permissions we just talked about. And also click this button below that to turn off links from chatters. Next, you're going to want to set up auto mod and message filters. Exiting advanced, we also have auto mod and message filtering. I set this to be quite light, as you can see, and increase it as you need. Below that is the channel protection section. I again have this set so that to follow the channel, you need to have a verified email of over 2 weeks. Again, this just helps stop spam raids or hate raids.
1 week is
phone
fine.
verification below that, which is off right now as well. Harmful chatter detection essentially lets Twitch help you catch potential chatters who could be harassers or even ban chatters on new accounts trying to get around said ban. I set these to monitor only so Twitch warns me and my mods to keep an eye on those chatters. While we're here, also turn on this little tool that stops ban users from viewing your stream. I had a guy who I banned who would watch every single stream constantly and then send me lovely messages across all my other socials about how I should off myself or all sorts of other kind messages. This just stops weirdos from being able to watch you. Sadly, you can't do that here on YouTube, or else you watching this probably wouldn't be able to see me, you little freak. While we're talking about protection, I've got a few final tips before we move on to making your stream more engaging and fun for viewers. Even though personally I think protecting chat from people who ruin the vibe really is the most important way to make your stream engaging and fun for viewers. I just think you guys don't appreciate that. Next up, let's get a little controversial. Don't give mod or VIP status out to randoms or chatters you barely know, or even hardcore regulars. You guys are too willy-nilly with moderation and VIP status. Take it from someone who has made the mistake and learn from it.
What should we call the group
if I'm going to make Discord? Only give these to trusted people who don't even ask for it. Seriously, if someone ever asks for mod or VIP, write that name down and never give it to them because they don't want to help or they don't want to be a part of a community. They want status that puts them above the community. Keeping it moving, for the love of God, stop doxing yourself. Stop giving out your full name, your email, your birthday, name of your dog, your cat, your mom, or anything else. Seriously, the internet is forever and there's a lot of weirdos on the internet. I'm looking at one right now. Hey, the irony that I'm looking at my reflection. But when you decide to start making content, then that means it's time to make entirely new social media on a new set of email addresses that cannot be traced back to you and your personal life. Protect yourself, protect your family, protect your friends, and if you don't care about any of these people, at the very least, maybe just you care about protecting the growth of your content. Kind of selfish, but sure. Moving on, get BTTV. It's an extension for your browser, and if you have it, you'll suddenly understand why everyone keeps writing KEKW or other weird crap in chat. Those are emotes.
We don't have money.
Millions of emotes are being used daily by millions of chatters, and you can't see them because you don't have the extension that apparently every Twitch user needs to have.
Next,
have
a better
titles. I'm sorry, if you're competing against other streamers and we want to get clicks, then lazily making your title the word Battlefield 6 or some other basic crap is not going to work. Write a funny title, write an opinion that'll get people clicking, like Battlefield 6 is better than every COD ever. It may be wrong, but trust me, people will click it to debate. Write something that gets a click, and if you can't think of something, then likely you haven't put enough thought into your content. Because when you go live, you're not just playing games, you're making content. That means you should plan ideas, come up with concepts or challenges to overcome. A stream idea should be good enough that a viewer can understand the goal from the title. They'll then join and understand exactly where you are in reaching that goal, but also be engaged enough that they want to be there at the end when you reach the goal. Which leads us to tip 23, episodic content. It just doesn't work online anymore. Content needs to be drop-inable, which I know that's not a real word. Don't comment how it's not a real word like you did last time. Whether it's a stream or a video, it doesn't matter. If you create something that requires a viewer to have knowledge they might not have in order to click and enjoy it, such as maybe they needed to have been in an earlier stream or watched an earlier video in the series, well, if you do that, that new piece of content will likely fail. We have evidence that when you make episodic content, you lose 50% of your viewership on episode 2. And by episode 10, you're down to 20% of the original viewership. This is why creators like Ludwig or Conordog play giant games in one sitting, like Final Fantasy or Elden Ring. Not because they want to torture themselves, but because if they streamed it every day for 2 or 3 weeks, by the end, they would have no one watching them anymore because they had so much previous content that people had to absorb in order to enjoy where they were up to. It's also why these creators now upload one large edit that any viewer can click, watch, and enjoy without having to do homework and watch dozens of other pieces of content first. Next up, make a playlist or folder of engaging music, either for the background of your stream or just for editing. For streaming, I love Chill Hop, Game Chops, NCS, or artists like Baby No Money and Good Kid who have given full rights to use their music. You'll find you have a lot less dead air on stream if you both have good music to keep you going, but also to fill the pauses in general. And before you bring it up, no, you can't use whatever copyright music you want. And no, VOD removal isn't a genius workaround. You can still get banned. You are still using copyright material. And honestly, hard truth time for you. If your stream is so shit you need to use copyright music just to make it watchable, then damn, I'm sorry, dude. That's rough, buddy. Speaking of rough, don't do giveaways. Well, okay. I've done giveaways. You can do giveaways, but don't ask for followers or subs in exchange for giveaways. Mostly because in some countries that's actually illegal, but also if you get 2,000 new followers or new YouTube subs thanks to offering a giveaway, congratulations, that's 2,000 people who will never watch your content ever again, and that tells YouTube you make shit content.
Thank you for following my page. I hope you're having a good day. Yes, we are trying to learn to become a better streamer. So in case you are interested in seeing me grow as a streamer, thank you for following.
And it works really well.
Thank you. That's
I don't think you should make a Discord. Everyone will say
I don't know what to say about that
very
compliment.
soon after creating a stream account, and they're not wrong.
The tongue that
really
was that.
the time investment to keep it active and make it worth it is where the snag happens.
So if you don't mind me
there's
asking,
probably no point right now. And as you grow,
no,
really
why
it
say
becomes a discussion
sorry?
around your time to manage the community versus
I
time
think
to
it's a
create.
good
When you add a
compliment.
Discord into the
I
mix,
just find
one
it-
of two things will happen. You
I just
spend
don't get that
a lot
often.
of time encouraging and engaging every new
So
member
yeah,
to keep
so
it active,
Nakai, like if
losing
you
time
don't
that
mind,
can or should
are
be
you-
spending on
so
YouTube
wait for
and
a
TikTok
moment.
content,
I want to
or
pause
number
it, and I want to ask you where you are. It's not about your action, to be honest, but I wasn't trying. Oh no, you are trying to be rude. It's just that that's my first time getting a compliment about my tongue. So I just it was a shock to me. That's why. But I didn't take it as a I took it as a compliment. uh if you don't mind me asking, if where are you watching from? Uh thank you. Yes. I'm kind of blushing now because you're complimenting me physically. Oh, hello. Thank you for watching from California. Yes. So I am streaming from Japan. Yes. If you are so my stream at the moment is trying to grow as a streamer. So I'm just watching and tips on YouTube or whatever source that I can get. But I do other content. I'm not sure if you are interested in it as well, but yes, I watch history and also try to learn more about like our, and I'm really fascinated with ancient civilization, but I also play games. I'm kind of like you have a big tongue, but either way. Oh no, don't stop saying sorry. uh, no, I'm not sure if it is big, so and I don't think it's is it ah ah what do you mean wait do you? I'm curious now. Or can you read? Oh no. So, no, I can't. No. Half of my chin. Huh? Uh, no. No. It looks big, but not long.
Two, you don't spend time encouraging and engaging with every new member, so the server stays dead quiet. Because the reality
But
is,
the
unless
thing
there are already a
I don't
base
know
of
if
15 to 20
this
people
is cool, but
actively chatting each day,
I can
likely
turn
new
my tongue
members
like this.
will never look at it again. Your best bet is to focus on learning to create content, learning to appeal to the same audience on TikTok and YouTube over and over.
Oh,
And when you
really?
have
Yeah,
grown
I'm
from
willing to
doing that,
answer it.
promote your new
If you're
community
willing
server.
to
The flood of a group coming in all at once
give me
makes it
questions,
easier
I'm
keep
willing
the
to
server
answer.
alive.
But
Next
there
up, this
might
is a
be
weird
some
one, but can
questions
we
that
stop copying big
I might
shows?
not be
So often
okay
small
with, but
creators
I will
just
let you
completely
know
rip
if
off big
that's the
creators
case.
thinking it will help
Yes.
them grow, but in
So,
reality, you're just being
go ahead.
lazy
So,
and inauthentic,
I will
which
stop
viewers can smell.
the video so I can answer your questions truthfully and honestly if I can. Because, we still want to be mysterious. So, yeah. Ask ahead. I don't know how to pronounce. Nakayla? Nakayla? Am I pronouncing it right? Nope. If my tongue is big, yeah, maybe. I don't know what's a big tongue or not. What constitutes a big tongue? I mean, the only big tongue I know is like I think with the animals. Huh? Uh. I hope it's clean though. I try to brush it every time. So I hope it's not too white or yeah. Wow. This is so what was your question? No. Yeah, thank you. I don't know if it's like the camera quality. Maybe. So yes. So we okay. So people can see we are. Oh wait. We will just do a big camera then. Let's go. Yeah, there you go. Well, oh there. Is this? Are you what? Yeah, you're on Twitch. So yes. There. Is the camera much bigger now? Or should I change the I or do sorry segue question, but do you like the the current scene? Is it the right question? Sorry, I didn't know what that's what you were already planning on doing. No. It's fine. Yes. So it's much more because I'm talking to you. So I like this way. No, it's not more distracted. Yeah. So if you don't mind me asking for your opinion, is the scene much better? Like the background is not too distracting when I'm using this scene wherein I'm just using it where my cam is almost big. Yeah, thank you. So yes, or yeah, let me know if you can suggest me an improvement so it looks much better. So yeah, back to your question. What was it again? Uh, I'm looking forward to what question you will be having. So yeah, so this is my full size. Uh, yeah. Oops. I have no clue what my tongue measurement is. So that's the best I can put my tongue out. So yeah. No, I already did. So that's the most wide or fat I can do. And I don't know why you. So wait, I have a question to you. Is it okay if I ask it? Mhm. Uh, I think. y- So why are you questioning about my tongue? Do you like tongues? So I'm just curious because this is the first time someone is curious about a tongue. It's the only time I know someone is curious about a tongue is when they're eating tacos or what we call lengua. So, but yeah, I think this is my first time in my whole life someone is asking me about my tongue. So yes, I am. Uh, were you able to hear my question? Mm. Or is it? Or do you want me to repeat it again? Oh no. Oh. Hmm. Are you still there, Nakaila? I'm not. I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing your username right. Mm, mm. Oh, oh, I think. Oh, sadly, Nakaila went away. Well, if you ever do get back on stream, let me know. Mm, mm, mm. What? Ah, I see. I see. Mm, mm, mhm, mhm, mm, mhm, mhm. So everyone who is new to the stream, so we are just learning how to become a better streamer. So to all the viewer, to all who's going to watch my stream, I plan to not get you bored when you're watching me. So I at least want us to have a good time learning new stuff, or you guys having a great time while I suffer. And it's all for good. So that's fine. Oh yeah, but the monitor lighting is so good, right? And I like my face looks smooth, right? I am surprised with how I look with my camera. Usually I look sucky. But this one, like, the angle. Like what? Okay. Okay, we're taking a break from learning to become a better streamer. We're going to rewind back. So yeah, we're hoping to get the ghost rares. Oh my god, guys. Will we pull anything? Oh, Chichi. So, sad. We didn't get anything. We got a rare. And it's just Bulma. Merp. 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 Nothing rare, so. Yes. Okay. Now we are back on watching ours. Learning to become a better streamer. Yes. Well, because it's their. Well, I cannot be that kind of influencer because when I use stuff, if I look at the price and it's working, then yeah. But if it's something, what kind of, yeah, when it comes to, if it's too obvious, then yeah, I can, but no. So yes, hello everyone. So to the new viewers, welcome to our stream. And sorry that I just been using my face cam, so I will show you guys.
Because they've never tried to
this is what
troubleshoot
I
or figure
am
out
watching
if
at
the
the
settings they
moment.
had were right or what the type of lag was or how they had to
So,
fix it. They just leapt
yes.
straight to spending money. Why? This happens with audio as well. You don't need a Shure SM7B or a fancy mixer. If you can't sound good on an inexpensive
I want my
USB setup, you are going to
chat
sound
to
worse
go
on an
away
expensive
on the-
SM7B setup. Okay, let's talk about discovery platforms. I'm so excited for this one. This is like my jam. I love this shit. Remember at the start when I said to make sure you knew your audience and kept them in mind? When it comes to YouTube and TikTok,
go.
that is the most important part.
What?
You're not playing just one game or covering just one topic. You're appealing to the same audience, and to find them, it requires time and care. But the actual tip here that I need you to listen to really carefully is once you have an audience in mind, you want to appeal to them and then never use the word algorithm ever again. The algorithm is not a mystery. It can be explained in a single sentence. Are you ready? Listen very carefully. The algorithm is how the audience reacts to a video. If YouTube shows your video on the homepage, which if you're a small creator, it will, because it's aggressively pushing small creators right now, and people click your video because of the title and thumbnail and then watch a large or above average amount of it, then that is a positive audience reaction, and YouTube will try to show the video
I really
more.
need
However, if YouTube shows it
to
and
have a
people
better
don't click
title
it,
on
or
my stream.
if they do click it and then leave immediately, that's a
Right.
bad audience reaction, so YouTube will stop
no.
sharing it. Don't ask why the algo is
Yes.
hurting you. Ask
I know.
why or how you aren't appealing to the audience
Yeah,
properly.
I need to be better on
Now,
my
when it comes to getting clicks, it is almost entirely down to two things. The first is very obvious, giving the potential viewers a reason to click or value. But the second is more difficult to understand, and that's TAM, T-A-M, or total audience metric. This means creating content that is understandable and appealing to the largest possible audience without becoming vague or losing focus. I like to imagine I take my title and thumbnail down to the old lady at the local fish and chip shop, and if
But the thing is, it's hard for someone like me who likes a lot of things to focus on one. Although I do try to finish one first before I move on to the next, but usually when I get bored playing a game and I'm almost done, I usually don't finish it and just like the final boss, I stop right there and doesn't finish it. Like I have a habit of doing that, so
she could understand my video's premise.
Plus, I cannot do long.
The best way to understand this is with a test.
If I'm playing video games, so maybe I might just stick to
as an example. Title A: Throat Guzzler 3000B XLR Vibration Review. Title B: Throat Guzzler 3000B gives perfect vocals on a budget. Title C: This microphone has perfect quality audio on a budget. Which do you think is best? I'll give you a second. Okay, that's a second. If you said A, congratulations, that's the worst possible answer. That video title only appeals to people who know what the Throat Guzzler 3000B is, and even worse, specifically want to know about the XLR version of it and are seeking a review. That is a tiny portion of your total audience metric.
Yeah, I think I need to have a much better way on praising my title, so people would be able to click on it, especially because I am a nobody. There's no crowd yet. There's no people who can vouch what I am about. So we will be just doing what I like. And yeah, let's see if I do improve or not. So you will be able to see it because you can see all my streams on YouTube. I won't delete my lives if it's possible. So yeah, I plan on just keeping it. Hopefully YouTube can maintain keeping on it so I can just watch all my videos.
Said B, you're better off, but still shit. This one gives value to the viewer, making them more likely to click by saying it gives perfect vocals on a budget. Awesome. But it still uses the name of the mic in the title, which means people need to know what that is. And I do feel like using the word vocals will lower TAM by being hyper specific about how viewers have to use it. Title C, we are getting much
so
closer
to anyone
to what
who plans on joining our community of learning new things,
and it's inexpensive. But we also opened the title by
I
saying
am
this
doing
microphone, so people
Discord.
know it's a microphone video,
but I don't know how to use the Discord yet.
And in fact, it's actually better that they don't know
I am
what
learning.
type of microphone
I will learn
because now
to
they're
handle it
intrigued and they
efficiently.
have to click to find out. Check out creators like Scamboli who use this concept and rule to make their anime video essays absolutely explode in views. And you'll see it consistently happening across every single niche. In the same vein, TAM absolutely and heavily applies to thumbnails.
Wow.
You'll see
See the
Scamboli
title
doesn't
difference?
use his face anywhere, and lots of creators blowing up now
Like I would have clicked any of it. Like what? But right?
refuse to use their face in thumbnails because nobody knows
So
who
we
they
have
are.
to-
You guys, new creators, will
One, we have to have a better title. I think my thumbnail looks nice, right? Will someone click this kind of thumbnail? I hope everyone does. Start time. Forward. No, we don't want to do an event. And sadly, no one clicked on our link on the post. Say it.
copy Mr. Beast or Ludwig and throw your face into your thumbnail, but you don't realize you hold no value to a new viewer. TAM is mostly for titles and thumbnails in long form, but it also heavily applies to short format. Let's say you're swiping through your shorts and the intro 3 seconds are hyper specific and aren't understandable or relatable to you. Well, you're gonna keep swiping. So you need your intro, your first 3 to 5 seconds, to be relatable and have context for the largest TAM, so they don't just swipe away. I love Shrimpy's art shorts as an example when I try and help people learn about an opening hook. He opens almost all of his shorts by saying, "Are you one of those people who?" And that is amazing at getting a viewer to stick around. It is aimed directly to them and is usually followed by a relatable struggle like learning how to draw hands, for example. Oh my god, I am one of those people who struggles to draw hands. He's talking to me. Alright, it's time to get controversial again. If you're using stream footage and stream clips via YouTube Shorts or TikToks, you're an idiot.
Wait, I need to message for a moment, guys. So I know you are, if you are new to the stream, yes, today we are learning new ways to for a moment, I'm just messaging my web designer now. There you go. So yeah, we are.
No, I'm just kidding. You've been lied to, which is a little bit worse, to be honest. A bit back, myself, Reap, Sharky, and a lot of other creators worked together to essentially learn how to use
really
short
hard
format
to
on
have
YouTube. What we found was that
really wherein I have to engage two people, and the more I talk, the more I kind of like sounds not. It sounds so nonsense to me. I'm so not used to it.
Stream clips being converted to vertical 99 out of 100 times will fail to even break the testing phase of 5,000 views. Which, side note, if you didn't know, if your vertical video is getting under 5,000 views, it usually means YouTube tested it to a group of people and it didn't perform very well. So it stopped sharing it. In fact, the lower the number, so let's say you get 200 views and it completely stops, that means the audience had a pretty bad reaction to it. Twitch or stream clips almost always failed because there's no real format or structure to them that keep people sticking around. Yes, sometimes they do well, but it was never repeatable or controllable. And honestly, you do not want success if you cannot continue to capture that success consistently. However, when we started planning, recording, and editing vertical content that was specifically designed to have a hook, a goal, and a reason to keep watching, we started seeing huge numbers. Reaps to this day is still getting millions of views on his shorts by doing this. The advice of blanket converting Twitch clips to vertical is usually given by giant creators who succeeded by doing it and don't understand they are the exception, not the rule. Survivor bias is a very real thing, and these people don't realize that new creators cannot do exactly what they did and see success. That's also why so many of you are failing at long form. YouTube these days pushes small creators on the homepage aggressively, but because, as we said, you don't understand TAM, you don't get clicked. And if you do get clicked, the videos fail to keep viewers watching because you've got badly edited stream footage, montages, compilations, or reactions that viewers just don't care about. YouTube in 2025 can be best described as story. You're sending your viewers on a journey, either literally or metaphorically, setting out with a goal in mind, like becoming a better streamer, and then having to overcome obstacles to get there. But when the video finishes, they're going to leave having felt something and being changed. Look at Shawnee Dew or Floydson with their 100-day videos. These are massive, brutally difficult videos to make, but the story and journey are engaging, unique, and above all else, hugely valuable to a viewer. Keeping it controversial, stop interrupting viewers by wanting value from them rather than offering value so good they naturally support you. Asking for likes, asking for subs, all of that crap before even a single piece of value, before the video has barely even started, that's crazy.
Like,
when you
how
create,
can I ask
like
for
viewer,
people to
let's be real,
subscribe when
you are one? And when you as a viewer saw creators spam you and take ages to give you what you clicked for, you got mad. So focus on story, offer people value, and subscribe. I'm enjoying the controversial stuff, so you know what? Stop using every single set of social media. Just pick one to focus on and get really good at it. If you spread yourself thin by streaming, making shorts, making videos, Insta posts, Twitter, all of it, blah, 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 then congratulations, you're gonna stay shit forever. Hell, I struggle to do shorts and videos on a single channel. You better believe having two channels where I make two different forms of long form content is hell on earth for me. And I'm a dad,
I want to
so I have
perfect
absolutely
this.
no time to
Not
myself.
perfect,
Stop
but
spreading
get
yourself
better at
thin
it
and
first,
uploading
and
garbage.
then
Focus up, focus in, and become amazing at one format until you have the experience, resources, and audience to expand into other formats. Because getting just good, not even great, will take hundreds of uploads. thousands of hours of work, and that's okay. That's actually awesome. The feeling of investing yourself into becoming good at something is better than anything you've ever felt. Looking at the first video you uploaded versus a year later, oh my god, it's amazing.
I do
You'll
get
love
better
it.
at this, like,
You just have to actually stick to it and try to improve. So before we move on to audio quality, webcam quality, how to master skills, and even how to network properly, I want to wrap up the external social section by saying I made 2 videos. One showing how I monetized a new faceless gaming channel with 0 self-promotion or 0 telling my audience about it in just 6 uploads. That'll be linked in the description, alongside a video all about how I got millions of views on short format content without promoting it at all to any established audiences. All right, let's talk audio. I'll smash this out and link a more detailed video below, but first, for God's sake, learn to properly use your microphone. I'd say 90% of audio quality comes from placement, but you've got people placing their mics an arm's length away from them or aiming it away from their mouth entirely. Hell, I have a mate who kept complaining about his audio, and then when I finally cracked and asked where his mic was, he said it was behind his monitor. He was talking at nothing. The sound comes out of your mouth, guys. Put the microphone in front of your fucking mouth. What? Aim it at the mouth where the sound comes out of. Then max out those physical knobs to control sensitivity or gain on it, and then lower the mic sensitivity until the levels show you allowed, but not peaking or over exploding, which is usually inside yellow near the top with headroom for laughter or yelling. Also, try to keep your mic away from your keyboard as well. Nobody wants to hear you slamming on those mechanical keys that you don't actually need.
My mic picks it up.
If you don't understand audio levels or mixing, that's totally fine. Here's a lovely graph for you. If your audio is hitting the top of the red, it's likely too loud. If it's in the middle to low end of green, it's likely going to be quite quiet. Your voice should land around -10 to -6. Your game audio should be around -20 to -15. The background music would be about -22 to 28. And then remember, all of these rules are just kind of like guidelines to get started. And the best way to actually check your audio is to set it all up, record something, take it into editing software, and then listen back. Stop. Let me finish. Listen back to it while watching your audio levels. I saw you listening back with just headphones. Do not trust your headphones or speakers or whatever else you're using. They will lie to you. Only trust what the little level bar says, okay? And then next, once you've got everything set up, you need to learn about audio filters. Even a basic understanding will go miles. And thankfully, you're going to get that right now. The first thing you have to learn is that audio filters actually apply in a chain, one leading into the next. If we're using OBS, for example, then filters are applied top to bottom, and placing them incorrectly, like certain stream education TikTok channels will do, make you sound shit. Once you placed your mic correctly and leveled it properly, you likely want a noise gate. Imagine audio is like water. When a little bit of water hits the noise gate, it's not going to open. But when a lot hits it all at once, it opens before closing again when it feels the rush has died down. So smaller sounds like mouse clicks, background noise, things that are far away won't manage to open the gate, but your voice leveled properly and placed properly will open it. Now, reminder, once the gate's open, everything's coming through, which means if there is background noise, it'll come through when you speak. This isn't removing background noise from your audio, it's just not letting it activate your mic. When it comes to removing background noise entirely, there are 3 methods. First, fix the placement and sensitivity of your microphone. Get it closer to you.
That's why I had to do my recording.
And lower the sensitivity
or even streaming.
Second, just
so I can fix the volume of my mic.
Personally, when I record, I turn off my fans, my air conditioners. I wait for my wife and my daughter to be at work or daycare, which I couldn't do today, so you might.
So, who are watching, we are trying to become a much better streamer. So, we are watching tips and guides to grow our channel from 0 to something. At least. Or get people more engaged with my content, which is something I am still figuring out because I am someone who likes a lot of things. Like, I don't do like total deep dive, but I do like a general knowledge of the thing. So it's not like I am expert on it, but I at least have a little bit of knowledge. That's all I want to.
Might be able to hear outside the room. If you can't, hey, credits to Fifine. But the goal should be to create a quiet environment so that you can get clean recordings without filters. And if you can't do that, then sure, yes, okay, you can add noise suppression, but just add it very lightly. Do not go crazy because voice suppression is not clever. It's not going to use some crazy and magical tool to cut out everything except your voice. It just cuts out certain frequencies and usually only works for white noise like fans and air conditioning.
Wait
if you apply this to
wait a moment. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, we are back.
Heavily, your voice is going to get cut out or scratchy or high-pitched and just sound gross and nasally like mine does on a normal day. That's also why you should never trust those influencers on Twitter that fucking blast a fan or hairdryer or some other crap right next to themselves, and then they turn on some magic branded noise suppression tool that they've been paid to promote. They turn it on and then speak really carefully and level like perfectly so like it doesn't break the audio. But in reality, if you use those things and then actually tried to record or stream, you would sound like ass. You don't naturally have a perfect voice when you record, and those tools will affect you as well. Another amazing filter, the compressor. This brings your loudest sound down a bit and raises your quiet sounds back up with makeup gain. Essentially, it levels you out nicely, but like all filters, don't use this heavily. Just add a light compressor or you'll begin to sound flat and boring, again, like I do in my day-to-day. Finally, if you're using OBS, which you likely are if you're watching this, then you don't need all those external audio tools anymore. Seriously, Voice Meter, Sonar, Elgato's Wave, whatever, it had a place sort of for a while, but OBS has been updated so much, you don't need any of it anymore. Keep life simple, keep it easy, stop overcomplicating everything. Speaking of simple and easy, I'm going to break down webcams, or at least camera exposure, in just 3 tips that will change your life. Are you ready? I can't hear you. I don't know why you replied to me. I genuinely, I recorded this weeks ago. First, you need to understand exposure. This is how bright or dark your image is and how to balance it so that you or your subject is correctly exposed. Using specifically the exposure triangle. All cameras or webcams have an f-stop. This refers to the aperture inside the lens that opens and closes to let light in. A lower f-stop means more light is let in, and it's better for blur or depth of field, as you can see behind me. This is an f1.8, so I have depth of field and I have blur, and it's great. Next corner of the triangle, this is your digital brightness. You're digitally using this to raise or lower the
No, this one is the one.
While the other has the goal of learning how to level audio properly. Who is going to learn more in those 60
editing
minutes?
creative
Spoiler,
stuff
it's the person
is
who
the
came
one
in
that
with a specific and
I am
goal in mind. They've narrowed it down to
really
something they had to focus
not
on.
good at.
Now, in terms of learning, one of the
And
best
to
things you
think
can do as a
I
potential
graduated
creator or
as a
streamer
culinary
is
arts.
learning to
But
speak. And you might
making
think, oh,
art,
you know how to speak.
designing
Well, no,
art,
I'm talking about presenting
something
or
that
projecting so your voice
I'm
doesn't
not
sound
really
boring or
good at.
flat. Or most importantly,
So I need
so that
to
you
get
don't hate the sound of your own voice.
at least
What I'm about to tell you is
level it up
advice that I have given
to
to
the point
thousands
wherein
of different people at this point, and I know only 4 or
it abates
5
my game.
people who have taken it on board. And those people who I know for sure took it on board are now full-time content creators who do this for a living. This is the 10-minute daily recording exercise. This is when you sit down by yourself, turn on your phone camera and record for 10 minutes straight, trying to fill all the 10 minutes with you speaking. Do not open a game. Do not put music on. Don't do anything else to help you. Don't plan out what to talk about or add dot points. This is just you and
this is what I'm
off the
doing.
cuff with no plan. Then when you're done, stop recording and do not watch it back. Go about your day, go have dinner, do whatever you want to do, and then the next day open your phone and watch the 10 minutes in full. Focus on it without distraction and make notes about what you need to improve.
I will do this
Immediately
to
as soon as you're
practice every
done,
day.
hit record and do another 10 minutes. Repeat this process every single
I
day,
need
and
to
within a
be
few
much
weeks,
more
you'll see
appealing to you
massive
guys.
improvements. Within a few months, you'll be a different person, and within years, you'll never pause, hesitate, you won't say or ah, and of course, as I said, you won't cringe at the sound of your own voice anymore. I am about to be
I will still cringe.
but if you can't find 10 to 20 minutes to practice arguably one of the most important skills a creator can have that will also hugely benefit you in your day-to-day life, you probably won't make it. The 4 or 5 people who are massive creators now, they didn't blow up because they listened to this advice and became great speakers. They blew up because they listened to the advice, thought that could help them, and then put it into action. The effort they put in is where they differ from the people who listen to this and then won't go on and try it. That's why they succeeded. They heard something could help them. They did the thing, which is tip 64, to be curious about becoming better, to be okay being uncomfortable and being okay with
chat,
sucking.
guys.
Discomfort usually means
If you
have a
ever
chance to
do
grow
drop
as
by
a
my
person,
stream
that
and see,
is fucking sick.
I don't
love
care
being uncomfortable, as weird as that sounds to say out loud, because it means I usually have a chance to be better. Speaking of
It's
discomfort,
anything.
let's talk about the ways
But
that you guys network, because
I will
wow,
take
does that
any
make me cringe.
advice that will
You
make
need
me better.
to stop trying to grow from
Not
self-promotion
self-doubt.
love posts.
Okay.
On Twitch, it's lazy and can be
Constructive
against terms of
criticism.
service, but on platforms with actual
Peace, guys.
algorithms,
Come
listening
on,
to
chat.
audience feedback,
Or
it will
whoever is
kill
going
your
to view
channel.
my
Earlier,
stream.
we talked about giveaways creating inflated follows.
I
Now
really,
imagine
really
if YouTube
want
tried to
someone
share a video to those followers and they chose not to click. That negative
have
signal
their
will
opinion,
destroy
aside from
you.
my
When
physical
you spam
appearance.
self-promo and
But
get fake follows or fake
comment
subs,
on how
you're
I
telling
stream.
platforms that people hate your videos. Next up, don't try to make friends purely for the value they can offer you. The amount of people who I thought I was great friends with who just stopped replying to me the moment I wasn't a source of raids or collabs is real sad, man. Like I'll message people still to this day and be like, hey, how are you doing? And they'll just nothing.
Wow, that's sad.
It's incredibly common with streaming and stream communities. It's less so on YouTube, actually. I find YouTubers are much more community focused with other YouTubers. So what do? Well, one of the best things you can do for networking is to slowly and naturally meet people. Find people you mesh with and create your circle. Find the people you trust who have the same work ethic as you, same morals as you, and try not to get dragged into drama or hate. I'm not saying avoid engaging in the wider community, but just try to be kind to those around you and keep your head down, focused on creating your content or your art. A great example of getting dragged into the drama, and I'm sorry, this story is a little bit long, but it's important. I went to a convention last year in 2024. I went to PAX Australia, where one of the most well-known names in my region, who is very well connected, and their entire brand is about kindness, positivity, and inclusivity, approached me at a Twitch partner-only event and began saying they hated me, that everyone in the region hates me, that I'm annoying, awful, and I shouldn't engage with the wider community anymore. Specifically, I shouldn't engage apparently in the Twitch partner Discord anymore. When I asked why, they didn't really have an answer except for saying that it seemed like I was either autistic or had ADHD, which I was so taken aback. I didn't even realize how gross that was at first. To say that I'm essentially awful and that it's likely because I'm on the spectrum? Like what? They did this in front of other partners as well, and I think they realized at that point they were losing the room. So they then tried to get me to leave and go one-on-one with them to talk. Thankfully, the core, the people I trust were around that night. So I was able to tell that person no, get out of that situation. And then I stuck close to the people who I could trust for the rest of the night. Shout out to Twitch staff as well for that entire weekend. They were a fantastic safe place for creators like myself. But sadly, not everyone is that fortunate. Sometimes people who are isolated have things like this happen and don't have a support network, which is why I'm trying to encourage you to find your support network early. Next tip is sort of still connected. I don't have any hate towards that person. Granted, it was such a bad experience that I canceled my attendance to PAX this year, and I probably won't go to another convention anytime soon. But that point aside, I think in this day and age, sometimes we get so wrapped up in thinking we know the creators we see online. But in reality, the person who did that to me and I have never talked really. We've never interacted, maybe some surface level back and forths, but they don't know me. I don't know them. They don't know what I stand for, what I like, dislike. We don't know each other. So tip 68, don't allow your commenters, communities, and other creators who only see you as a 2D character to determine your worth. And in reverse, don't assume you know everything about other creators you're looking at. We can never really know other creators from just what we see online. And it's so important to have empathy because some people are really struggling out here, man.
More open with
don't assume you know them. Yeah? But how do you find your community? How do you combine all of this? Not self-promoting, improving yourself, finding like-minded people who value being better every day? Well, you do that over a long period of time. And it's actually the core reason I started the Stream Scheme Discord. Because when I started, I tried joining content creation or streamer servers, and it was all shitty self-promo, scams, and drama. But
that's what I noticed.
Our server not only has over 80,000 members all working hard to improve themselves, but also a dozen volunteers who range from tech experts to full-time content creators who are there to offer support and education. On the side, I have also created dozens of free animated overlays, stingers, effects, and more that you guys can use. Just don't go and upload them to your own Discord or YouTube channel and pretend they're yours. Why does this keep happening? But seriously, you're welcome there, and you're welcome to get some advice. I'm there for at least 3 hours every day. And for the final tip, last time I gave this piece of advice, the video went viral, got 3 million views, and it really upset people. I told you guys at the end of a very big video that if you had tried for months to grow and you weren't seeing success, if you were at 0 viewers on Twitch, 0 viewers on your videos,
I am 0
if
viewers.
nothing was working, then to stop. And people got mad. They turned off the video immediately and they missed the entire end of the sentence, which was stop doing the same thing over and over expecting results, and instead step back, protect your mental health, be critical, be constructive, focus in and improve yourself so you
just
can
need
succeed.
to improve yourself.
Just like let me finish speaking for 3 seconds before you angrily comment next time. Come on. But seriously, don't make excuses or dig your heels in and pretend like everyone else is the problem, because viewers don't care about the fact that we work a 9 to 5 or work 3 jobs like I did when I started, or have kids like I do now, or have a diagnosed anxiety condition that makes you hate putting yourself out there, so you wear a hat and a jean jacket in 34-degree weather. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful in some way. I will see you guys next week. Subscribe.
So I will try and be much better. Okay, we'll subscribe to him. Yay! So that was one video on tips on how to become a much better streamer. So I did pick up something. So I need to be much more engaging. I need to practice more. So at least when I do speeches with you guys, it's not a dead air. Mostly I get to get more topic, but the more I get to practice, I hope I get better and not get stuck on the same level. So yeah, so I just need to should I stick to one niche, or should I just be myself, wherein I just like a lot of topics. Like I like sports, I like history, I like like I mean, I check politics. I don't give up my opinion, but I tend to at least be to know what's happening around the world, because I mean, we have the access to it. So if you choose to ignore it and not use it, it's just bad. So so should I focus on just being me at first? So I will try and be much more engaging to you guys. I'm just imagining that I'm talking to a lot of viewers. So yeah, it would have been much better if I can talk to people in chats or anything else. Oh wow. Oh, I need to watch their podcast. And then when I'm gonna listen, 300,000 scam. Oh yeah. Yesterday, I don't know, like me and my girlfriend watched Covizilla's on the Lego one. Oh wow. It was bad. So that was like a segue, take a break from being educational and just watch something controversy or something like whoa. And the video of Coffeezilla was so nice as well. Let's see this YouTube playbook.
In the next minute alone, there's going to be over 2,500 videos uploaded to YouTube. That's over 2 million videos a day. So if you're someone who wants to start or grow a YouTube channel, how do you stand out? We've asked that question to hundreds of professional YouTubers over the past 10 years.
It's really hard.
38 minutes of the best advice from the Colin and Smear Show.
But once you get to do it, and you get to do it properly, though.
Platform. It's a platform that people have to
it's life-changing.
What to view. Even when you compare it to other video platforms like TikTok, TikTok feeds you content based on your algorithm, based on your watch history, and they're really good at it. But YouTube long form, at least, is still a decision platform. So to me, like the first step is always just like really nailing down what ideas we're gonna make for a channel. So when I think about these.
So that's the most, like, because as of now, I want to play my games and also watch education. So that's my content. Because although I like to de-stress by playing video games, but the more interesting part is me learning stuff, which is funny because when I was attending school, the only subject that I ever paid attention was history. That's it. Like most of my grades are just the passing grades. Like I really did not pay too much attention because for some reason the subject's not just that appealing to me. And yeah, only history though was the one that made me
smaller channels that are growing really quickly. It's usually that they have actually
right now learning a lot of new stuff.
Invested
It's
more time
entertaining,
into ideation.
especially
I
if
recently
the
did a channel in our
on YouTube.
accelerator program, Ian Lore Astro. He's an astrophotography channel, and there was nothing terribly wrong with how he was making the videos. Like the videos were pretty good, but they were doing 2,000 or 3,000 views a video, and I'd love to take a lot of credit for it, but the reality of it is we were just like, hey, like spend more time on ideation, study what's working in other niches, try to build a video that we define as having a CCN fit. It hits the core audience, hits the casual audience, and it hits the new audience all at the same time, which sounds easy, but it's actually quite hard because sometimes what's really interesting to a new audience alienates a core audience. And sometimes what's really interesting to a core audience is just narrowing the total potential market the video can hit. He changed it from maybe being a situation where he was spending 5% of time on idea, title, thumbnail to maybe spending 30% of time on idea, title, thumbnail. And he made a video that got 1 million views and did, I think, 270 times his average viewership. Just a video just with astrophotography at different time levels. And it was built on a format that had worked for other people. Like, it was really interesting to see just how big of a
I really need
YouTube
that,
can
but
be.
Can you
the
break
thing
down
is,
why that title thumbnail works?
I don't have any
as
long
opposed
form
to, like,
content. Like the only interesting part about me is, I actually don't know. People, I don't know. Maybe I'm not that mysterious enough. So
They photographed the Milky
plus,
I think because immediately that poses like an interesting
my
question of
talent
like,
is more general.
what do the different levels of
There's
time investment
nothing
look like for this thing? There's also like a
over
clear
the top.
comparison, whether
So
it be a
that's
body
hard for me
transformation, whether it
to
be like
differentiate
a
myself.
$1 jet
So
versus like
see
$100 billion jet or whatever. I think viewers
if
are just
we'll be
fascinated
able
by
to
comparisons and
accomplish
seeing how different things take
as
different amounts
a
of time or investment.
just
And
someone
also,
who is not talented, who doesn't have a an talent where I can get above the rest. Will I be able to pull it off? I am not too funny. I am not that beautiful. I don't have big muscles. I don't have incredible strength. I'm not fast, not that athletic. What I do have is curiosity to learn, to appreciate, and try to lighten the mood. Yes. So that's it. That
that
is
format makes for a really interesting thumbnail
my
because you can
style.
show the different levels of effort and how
I
that
try
photo
to
ends up coming
be
out.
smiling
But those
as
little
much as
differences can just
possible,
have such outsized
so that
returns, which it breaks
people,
my brain
when they
sometimes.
take when I talk to them, they don't feel guarded. They feel more at ease. That's why I try to talk with a smile as much as possible, even when the serious talk. Because the talking gets serious, it's kind of like, I don't know. It just makes everyone on guard. So as much as possible, I try to smile, even when I am irritated. And I think that's how working in a restaurant helped me maintain my sanity, especially for the people who work in a restaurant, they already know how hectic it is and how mental. If you get rude customers, rude coworkers. So yes, and the job and the pay is not even like no.
With this creator, his name was Tim Gabe, and he had a video which was 6 UI hacks, and someone on my team helped advise him on
Thank
just
you,
like a tiny
Protruding
thumbnail
Boulevard
change.
9.
And the difference between the thumbnail he had
I
before
hope it
and the thumbnail he
is
had afterwards was,
your
I would say maybe it was like
streamboo.org.
30-40% better, the one afterwards. Like it wasn't a huge difference. But the video ended up getting 40 times more views per day. And that's what breaks my brain. And I think what a lot of creators like fail to realize is how much of a difference those small details can make. Sometimes it is about just like
I do have a video
realizing where you need to invest more time and focus and just improving those little details.
If you want to be a successful creator, you have to embrace the fact that your audience is not only the final audience, but they're also your focus group. Traditional media, you've got the focus group and then you've got the intended audience. That distinction goes away. Your fans are your focus group. And if you don't listen to them, you're not going to be a successful creator long term. There's two aspects to your content. There's the product and there's the performance. And a lot of really,
should the advice stops each streamers from noise. Oh, let's watch it again.
You're a small streamer, you want to grow, and you've heard the advice thousands of times to make short and long form videos on YouTube or TikTok. That is good advice. But it doesn't stop there. Next, the expert you're watching says, take your stream VODs or clips and use those to make shorts and videos. And with that one sentence, they have doomed you, trapped you to waste weeks, months, or even years without ever growing or improving. Today, I want to break down why this incredibly common advice is actually one of the worst things you can do and why it gets repeated constantly despite it being terrible. And I'm also going to explain what you should be focusing on instead so that you can actually start seeing real growth. Being blunt, this video is probably one of the most important videos a smaller
I'll be watching more.
Why do I think that? Because my
people
shorts
watching
videos were getting
streams.
0 views when I listened to this advice, and then when I stopped listening to it and instead did what I'm about to teach you, I started getting literally millions of views. But first, we have to look at this very strange image. During World War II, the planes that made it home from battle were damaged, obviously, and these red dots represent that damage, such as bullet holes. At first, the engineers and mechanics thought to add armor to these locations to prevent the damage. That makes sense. Until one clever person pointed out that these planes are making it home with this damage, which means the planes that aren't making it home are probably taking damage everywhere else. This is called survivorship bias. We only see the people who survive, or in content creation, we only see those who succeed. When you scroll through YouTube Shorts, TikTok, or watch big creators, you'll often see them using stream footage or converting basic clips to vertical, and you think, yeah, this is the way to grow. But I promise you, you're seeing the exception, not the rule. You're seeing the people who got lucky viral moments, or have been uploading for 10 years before it was anywhere near as competitive, or who knew bigger creators and were able to piggyback, or any number of other things that make them privileged and help them survive. To clarify, I'm not insulting, jealous, or taking away from those people either. They had to show up, they had to do the work to get the chance. But for the average person, like you or me, we can't rely on luck or those chances. We need to understand we aren't the exception. And trust me, after 6 years helping you guys both with these videos and directly in our Discord, I am telling you right now, and I really need you to listen to this because I can't keep seeing talented people waste years of their lives. This strategy does not work for the majority. But why is this approach so brutal, and what can we do instead? Well, I'll cover that in a moment, but first, I know I'm gonna get comments saying, I convert Twitch clips to vertical and get thousands of views. So I need to quickly explain, those views aren't real. Nearly daily, someone in our Discord explains to me they aren't growing despite posting shorts daily and getting thousands of views. So I go to their channel and it's always the same. Twitch clips converted to vertical, no hook, no story, no payoff. Sometimes they're edited, but not often. And they are indeed getting thousands of views. Usually each short gets around 500 to 1500 views, which is a huge number to them. Except the way vertical feed content works is they don't have thumbnails. Platforms have to test vertical content by showing it to viewers who will then either swipe away or watch the content. The problem is every single test counts as a view. If your short isn't getting higher than 5,000 or 10,000 views, then you're never breaking that testing stage. You're not actually getting viewers. They're not engaging with you. They're just swiping away. And because you don't know that, those 1,000 views feels amazing.
Even our video
until months pass
with
you never
what do you call
actually
this?
get anything for them. All right, let's talk
Pokemon.
about why it's so hard to grow using stream content and what you can do
Only
instead.
one
Specifically,
that got
3 major
viral.
reasons it's hard, and 3
Everything else.
massive tips that I have actually stolen from gaming YouTubers when I met them at conventions. Let's start with the technical difficulties though. If you're using stream content, you're likely going to have to compete with alerts, chat on screen, sub bars, pop-ups, and of course, the fact that your webcam is burned into the footage over the top of your game and content. All of this means you might have important moments completely covered in crap, so viewers can't even see it in the video. Sure, you can counter this by using plugins or opening a second OBS to record individual assets, but those plugins can be glitchy, and both of these options use a hell of a lot more PC resources than the average user has. And that's not getting into the audio aspect, which is even harder. While streaming, those alerts play sound effects, you've got music in the background, and all sorts of other things. Sure, you can split these up. I've even got guides on how to do it. You put them on their own tracks to remove later, but the problem there is using things like Elgato Wave or Sonar are just overcomplicating your setup, and the audio app capture even inside OBS is still a beta and has quite a few glitches. All of these visuals and sounds constantly interrupt and distract from your core content. Do you know how many times I've seen absolutely hilarious creators have absolutely amazing moments ruined because of an alert? Too many times. Or imagine you want to zoom in on your reaction from your webcam. You're using the Twitch encoder, so that 1080p isn't very crisp in general, and then we crop in 400% and it's looking kind of garbage. So what do we do instead? Well, what myself and some of the biggest YouTubers on the planet choose to do is record offline, obviously, but specifically create a new profile in OBS and a new scene collection. We change our canvas size to be double wide. So for example, I record 1920 by 1080p, which means I'd make my canvas 3840 by 1080p, so I can place my game at full resolution on one side and my camera at full resolution on the other. I change my OBS recording bitrate to be roughly 16 CQP or 15,000 CBR. I'm covering that kind of quick because I have an entire video linked at the top of the description where I break down how to do recording settings and set this up in detail. And once I've set that up, because I'm not live, I don't need to play music or have sound effects, which means as long as my microphone is on its own track and my game is on the other, then my audio is split. Setting it up like this is the first thing we're stealing from nearly every massive YouTuber. The second, we're stealing from Donkey. When he records a gameplay, he has a hotkey to start and stop his recording. Whenever something he thinks is key to the story happens, he hits that button, which ends the clip and starts a new one. When I'm done recording, I take all of these files into my editing software of choice. That, of course, will need to be able to handle multi-track audio. In this case, I use Premiere, but DaVinci Resolve is free and should be your choice as well. I make a 1080p timeline, drag my footage in, position my game as full, duplicate it, layer it on top of each other, drag the top to be the camera, delete the unwanted audio track so it's just my game and just my mic, and now I have my full resolution camera and my full resolution game with clean audio ready for me to edit. And because I used the Donkey method, I can skip to all the key moments by simply going to the end of each clip. But we can go even further with reason number 2. Even if all the technical difficulties didn't matter, when you're a streamer who is smaller, you have to choose when going live. Make a fun stream for an active chat, or make a good video, but probably have a dead chat. And let's be real, no streamer is going to pick the dead chat. We go live because we love interacting with our chat, with our community.
It is.
This interaction
But the
very
thing is,
rarely
I still don't
helps
have
you
it.
in a video. Often the conversations are off topic or impossible to edit around. YouTube viewers rarely give a crap about what Twitch chat is saying, and when you're forced to focus on chat engagement while live, you lose focus on your commentary and gameplay, which means it suffers as a video. That's why I've always said streaming should be a reward, a chance to have fun and engage with the community you've built by recording and editing offline content, rather than trying to do both at the same time and instead end up just making worse streams and worse videos. I want to talk about how you can shift your perspective alongside recording offline so your content actually starts to perform, but I promised 3 reasons. So reason number 3, going back to that survivor bias, when you inevitably watch all these survivors uploading clips and videos, you notice they love to use their face in thumbnails, in shorts. They create very egocentric content where their personality is the big focus. This works because they are bigger already and known at this point. It's called ego posting. Essentially using your own popularity to continue to drive clicks and grow. This is not a bad thing when you're big, but it is an awful thing when you're small. When you're starting out, you have to appeal to viewers who don't know you or care about you. When I make gaming thumbnails and titles, I don't include my face or personality. Instead, I focus on making a clear visual story that is intriguing and then backing that up with a punchy title and making sure my entire package can be understood by the largest possible audience. And with that, let's move on to the most important part. How do you even make offline content? Well, you have to first start with an idea, preferably an idea that is interesting to viewers. One of the best ways to brainstorm is to research successful creators growing without ego posting who make content in a similar format to you, but in a different niche. For example, I love doing indie game reviews, but I love watching anime reviews. So I can take inspiration from creators like Gigark or Scamboli and specifically look at this video here by Scamboli. When the anime kills off every main character. This is an amazing title that strikes intrigue into why did the anime do that? How did the anime do that? It goes against the grain of of anime where the main characters tend to be the most powerful. And because he chooses not to use the title of the anime, instead using a punchy description, it means any anime lover can understand what the video's premise is, increasing the chances to click. But it also forces them to click to learn the anime's title. Of course, the thumbnail being sharp and eye-catching backs up the title a lot here, but it's really important to remember the title really does the heavy lifting, which is not something you hear every day. We don't stop there though. Once we have an idea for a video, we should be prepping these titles and thumbnails and even the first sentence of the video before we record everything. By doing this, we become focused on the reason our viewers are clicking, meaning as we record and edit, we naturally make decisions that keep our viewers watching and increase our retention rate. You can go back and change the title and thumbnail and your first sentence after you've finished recording, but the reason we do it so early is so that we know the idea has some value before we even hit record.
Okay.
The same concept
We'll
for shorts
do
as
rest of
well.
them.
People don't care about you
Let's
or
try
me,
and do
so
that.
take all of this and apply it to the very first frame of your short.
Okay,
The very first line should be a punchy
I'm
reason
learning
to keep
a
watching.
lot
They should have
from
intrigue to stick
watching
around and see the ending
this.
or the goal you've set up, such as learning the anime or game name, with the middle being the
with
interest
my
in
channel at the
potatoes
moment,
that
it's
they are
going to be
watching
my
simply to
gaming
get to the
channel
goal.
and
None of
live
these
channel.
shorts or videos should rely on a viewer having to know who you are or watch your other content to enjoy it either. A good piece of content is entirely
But we
isolated
won't
and
be just gaming, so that's the reason why. Yes. Hello to everyone who is still watching our stream. So yes, we are trying to
entirely
learn
watchable
how
piece of
to become
information
a
that
much
doesn't
better
need
streamer.
any outside
Well,
context
yes.
or any outside information to
We
enjoy
are
it.
learning
Planning
tips
out
and
the packaging
tricks
early and
that we
researching
can
how to
find on
appeal to a
YouTube.
viewer isn't the only skill you learn by approaching videos offline, and it's certainly not the only valuable reason. For example, have you ever sat down to edit a
So-
video and just been completely lost?
Yes, to anyone who is watching, if you have any tips on how my stream to become much better, like any harsh compliments will be taken into consideration. But that's not the if it's not constructive criticism, I'll just ignore it. So yes, guys, let me know. Ooh. On how to become a
As
better
to what
one,
to do.
so
This
I can
means you didn't plan
entertain
enough,
you
and it
more,
happens
guys.
with nearly every streamer
So
I
the
speak
time you spend with my stream, it's not going to waste. I can give you a much better experience if I can. So yes, let's go, guys.
to trying to edit clips or streams into content. When we plan an idea and package it early, it takes the editing stage and gives us direction. You know where you're starting and you know where the end is. Now you just have to tell a fun, cohesive story all the way through. I know beginners see editing as fancy effects, crazy transitions, or loud sounds, but the truth is that editing is where the story comes together. It's when you take all the random disjointed moments and line them up to show your journey from start to end in a cohesive and engaging way. You do this by cutting out the unimportant moments, summarizing long but key points to shorter single sentences, and setting up difficulties for our main character, aka you, to overcome in reach of their goal. And of course, finding all these key moments and story beats is incredibly easy for you because you used the donkey method we talked about earlier. And with that, it's time for the secret third thing we're stealing from big YouTubers, and that's lying. No, seriously, we're just gonna lie. When you record offline and split your cam as well as your video, it means you can essentially re-record anything you want, any lines you want. I'm not joking. While talking to some very big gaming YouTubers at a convention, which means that because you used the donkey method we talked about earlier. And with that, it's time for the secret third thing we're stealing from big YouTubers, and that's lying. No, seriously, we're just gonna lie. When you record offline and split your cam as well as your video, it means you can essentially re-record anything you want, any lines you want. I'm not joking. While talking to some very big gaming YouTubers at a convention, they told me that some of their best and biggest videos are 50% new lines, new jokes, and new voiceover they record. This strategy does not work for the majority. But why? No hook, no story, no payoff. Discord explains testing stage. You're not actually getting them. All right, let's talk about why it's so hard to grow using stream content and what you can do instead. Specifically, 3 major reasons it's hard and 3 massive tips that I have actually stolen from do instead. Well, what myself and some of the biggest YouTubers on the planet choose to do is record offline. Obviously, but specifically create a new profile in OBS and a new scene collection. We change our canvas size to be double wide. So for example, I record 1920 by 1080p, which means I'd make my canvas 3840 by 1080p. So I can place my game at full resolution on one side and my camera at full resolution on the other. I change my OBS recording bitrate to be roughly 16 CQP or 15,000 CBR. I'm covering that kind of quick because I have an entire video linked at the top of the description where I break down how to do recording settings and set this up in detail. And once I've set that up, because I'm not live, recording gameplay has never been easier. Anyone can do it. But not many people can do it right. Laggy footage, blurry footage, or just no sound at all. Today, we're going to show you how to record game footage in OBS, as well as all the settings to make the quality amazing, crisp, and clear, to make both your microphone and your game sound perfect. But then I'm going to show you the most important thing you will learn, something massive gaming YouTubers do for every recording, and that is how to record both your gameplay and a webcam or camera at the same time inside OBS without burning the webcam over the top of the game. This gives you clean footage, meaning you can focus on one or the other, zoom in on either without issues, and make your edits far more engaging for viewers.
But that is when I am not streaming.
To do all of this, you need to install OBS. So head to obsproject.com, I'll link it in the description, and download for your operating system. Click install once it's done, and you're ready to go. OBS is an incredible tool.
I need to do a bit of this
games,
practicing, so by the time that
you can stream with it, add graphics like these free overlays I made for you guys, or you can get much more professional, fully animated packs as well. So before we show you how to set up your video settings properly, let's show you how to enter the giveaway. Owned has given me dozens of vouchers to give out to you guys in the comments. These work alongside the global sale as well, which means anytime they put up a sale, you can grab pretty much any of their overlay packs, graphics, banners for your YouTube channel, you name it, for free or even just a few dollars. As I said, I'm giving them away in the comments. All you have to do to enter is comment hashtag owned giveaway, and then what graphics you'd buy. Maybe it's an overlay, maybe it's some sub badges, or maybe it's just a YouTube banner. Massive thank you to Own for sponsoring this video. If you want to support me, please go and support them with the link in the description or by entering the giveaway in the comments. Now let's get back to the video. Once you have
okay guys, we are pausing for a bit. Did we get anything from our stream? Nothing yet said, so we'll be at least trying to
OBS installed, you're going to open it and see this big black box. This is called a preview window. This is where your gameplay and graphics will be. But first, I want to set up your video settings. Now, I know a lot of videos just give you a bunch of specific settings and tell you to copy them without explaining in any detail why. And I hope you'll forgive me, but I hated my math teacher for doing this sort of thing to me. So I'm going to make this simple for beginners while also trying to make sure you don't leave this video with no idea what to change if something goes wrong. If you understand what you're changing and why, you'll be far more likely to get better footage and not hit massive snags and find yourself back at this video up.
Wait, BRB. Okay. Yep. I think we will be stopping for today because your streamer needs to work. So yes. So hello guys. I hope the next time I go online I'll improve much better. So I will try my best to be more entertaining and to be more talkative, so at least you guys aren't just watching the video what I'm watching, but I don't know. Let's see if you what kind of style that we are going to use going forward. Okay, so yes, and yeah, till next time guys, we will try the offline video and try to upload some of it, and let's see if we can do it. Okay. Mm.